This is the Circ Twins mine, also known as the Petsite. It's EC0107. We're looking in the shaft that's shown on the topo map. It's a fairly small shaft, judging from the dump. We're looking at the dump there. It's only 6 or 8 feet flat, and then it goes down 10 or 12 feet. We'll go look at that in a bit. There you can see pipes coming out of the shaft. There's a stick in the top of a pipe coming straight out. It's not a very big shaft. I'd say about 15 feet in diameter, maybe 8 feet deep. So this is the shaft there. We'll go down to adit number 1 that's just below this to the west after we look at the dump. Here we're on the edge of the shaft at the Circ Twins mine, or this is the dump going on down that way. That tree you see in the middle of it is that's about the bottom of the dump. It's very, very minor dump. I don't know if much was brought out from above. It might have all come out from below. There's an adit that goes right in towards the bottom of this shaft. And we'll go down and look at that adit now. This is adit number 1 at the Circ Twins mine, EC0107. This is just barely to the west of the shaft that we just looked at. We'll go in there a little closer, but you see a little bit of a board work around the portal itself. It's boarded up pretty thoroughly. We'll get a little better look at that. But we're standing in a large cat trench trending off to the south. We'll get a little bit of a view of that. Goes 100 plus feet on down out into the distance there. Probably can't see it through the trees and such. This area is a huge number of cat trenches and scraped off places. We'll try to characterize that a little bit while we're making our tour around the area. But this, we'll look at close up of the number 1 adit. This is a close-up of the adit number 1 at the Circ Twins mine. It's boarded up pretty thoroughly. I don't know if it's open at all, but it's fairly well took care of there. There's no water running out of it. Trees falling in around there, kind of caving in around the top of it there, but it still appears fairly secure. This will be it for the adit number 1. We'll go look for other adits. This is adit number 2 at the Circ Twins mine, or Petsite. It's EC0107. You can see it's open, but it has a expanded metal door that makes it fairly secure. See the wood roof on it there, covers it up. It may or may not be accessible. I can't see inside really, but it is a fairly secure door on the adit number 2. See the road coming down to the adit there. It's fairly good access right into the mine here. We'll take a look at the dump now. It's not very big. It's only about 50 feet out to the edge of it. Very long anyway. You can see the mine rails there on the lip of it. We'll go take a look over the edge and see what it's a huge dump going downhill. It's on such a steep hillside that it didn't go very far out, but it went a long ways down. We're looking down on the dump now from the lip for adit number 2 at the Circ Twins mine. It goes about 60 or 70 feet down the slope. Really, there's no good place to get a good perspective of what it really looks like, but this just gives you a kind of an idea of the slope. It's very steep, and it does go 60 plus feet down. So this will be it for the adit number 2 at the Circ Twins mine. This is adit number 3 of the Circ Twins mine, or Petsite mine, EC0107. So you can see it's completely caved, and there's virtually no opening in there whatsoever. And no mine cars, no timbering visible or anything. A little bit of timbering and lagging material laying on the side over here, just to the southeast of the cave portal. The dump area, I think a lot of the material's spread out. There's a road that goes on out this way past my pack, goes on down to a nice little spring to the southeast. We'll turn around and take a look at the dump itself. The dump is hard to get a perspective of just exactly where it is. It goes down the hill about 30 or 40 feet maybe. It's a very steep hillside, and it's spread out quite a long ways down the hill. You can see the light colored material going down off the hill there. It's fairly grown up, hard to get a good view of it. It doesn't appear to be all that terribly big. It may go a ways down there, but it's not all that big. The road coming into here from the northwest goes up right past these trees here and goes on out. So this is about it for the adit number 3 of the Circ Twins mine. This is the 4th adit on the Circ Twins mine, EC0107, or Petsite mine. You can see it's completely collapsed. There's virtually no indication of where the portal was in there, really. There's just a very small seep of water out in front here. That may or may not be snow melt. It's hard to say. There's no running water. It's sitting there stagnating. So I'm not convinced that there's water coming out of the portal itself. We're standing on a fairly broad, flat dump area here. The road going on up, it switched back and goes on up to where we started at the shaft at the Petsite, or Circ Twins. We'll follow that getting out of here. We'll turn around and take a look at the dump now and see what that looks like. We're standing just about at the portal of the 4th adit on the Circ Twins mine. We're looking basically south right now, right out the end of the dump, off the flat area there. It kind of goes around. It's pretty broad here. Another road that gets up into this mine from the east. We'll go look at the side of the dump itself and down on the front to see what that looks like. Here we're looking back to the north at the dump from the 4th adit at the Circ Twins mine. You can see it comes down the slope there. It's a fairly shallow slope here, and the dump doesn't go all that far. I don't think it's that significant of an adit as far as how far it went back in. It's maybe 15 feet deep at the deepest. You can see the flat part up above there, and comes across, and then it toes out pretty quick down slope, even though it's a fairly gentle slope. So it's probably not a very significant adit. So this will be it for the fourth adit at the Circ Twins mine, EC0107. This is a continuation of adit 1 at the Circ Twins mine. This portion we're looking at right here, looking almost straight east, is the adit itself. It's completely caved. It's basically a trench. We'll get up above onto the east from here and look down on it and back this way. But this was missed when I first looked at it. I looked at that one boarded up portion of adit 1 and thought that was the original portal, but I don't believe so at this point. So this will be a continuation of adit 1 at the Circ Twins. This was the boarded up portion of the portal we looked at this morning on adit 1 of the Circ Twins. And there's a small septum here, about 10 feet wide, that separates this long trench that we were standing in looking up to the east. We're looking west, straight down the trench right now. This is where apparently the adit was, and it's caved completely here. If you can see down through the trees, we'll get a little better view of it. But I just wanted to make sure that I had covered adit 1. We'll go down and look at the dump now. This is the dump for adit 1 at the Circ Twins. It goes out about 100 feet and it's fairly level there. It's not very wide, maybe 10 feet wide at the most there. And we'll go down and look at the end of it. There's a bunch of air pipe and railings and such from the mine right out here, which indicates that this was the portal. You can see the two lobes on the dump from here, one off to the right, and then this one, larger one, off to the left. We'll go down and look at the toe of and the side view of the dump. This is a side view of the dump from adit 1 of the Circ Twins. Fairly flat topped. There's the mine rails and such that we were looking at before, some air pipes and such. It's maybe about 15 feet deep, possibly as much as 20 feet deep out in the distance there, about 100 feet away. We'll go look at the toe of it, looking back from the west to the east. We're looking back to the east now at the toe of the dump from the number 1 adit at the Circ Twins. It's fairly high here, but the slope was steep enough that I'm not sure it's all that thick in there. There's a wooden structure that was right at the end of the dump, but kind of between the two lobes that we saw earlier. So this will be it for the adit 1 of the Circ Twins. We're looking at here is a large backhoe trench trending about north 20 east. Just kind of try to characterize some of the trenching that has been done here at the Circ Twins or Petsite mine. There's quite a bunch of them. This is just one that's just barely below to the west of the the Adit 1 dump. So we'll take a look at a couple others just to kind of get a feel for the type of work that's been done on this property. This is a continuation of the Circ Twins mine area, the Petsite mine, EC0107. This is a large flat open area that's just to the east of the shaft where we started. Just kind of give you an idea of some of the work that's been done. Some fairly recent cat trenching in this area where you see the rock exposed. There's a drill hole, recent drill hole, probably last year. A log has been stuck in the hole to kind of give the idea of the direction of it. But that's and the drill cuttings are around the outside of the hole there. And just to give you a feel for some of the work that's been done, I'll show you a couple more trenches. I already showed one trench. Show a few more, and then that will be it for the. This is another trench, probably a cat trench at the Circ Twins. This is fairly old. It's been grown up pretty good on the outside and down in the center of the trench, and there's various ages of them. Probably up to about 2 years ago is when they were working in here. I'll show a couple more of them. This is a drill site, similar to the one we saw before. Another shows a log and a tin plate on it that gives the direction and plunge of the drill hole. Fairly clean site. Not a lot of trash laying around. It's right in a trench. We'll turn around and look up the trench to the south. This is the cat trench that that drill hole was in at one end. We're looking right up the trench. It's fairly well grown in, but again, it's still exposed. This will be the last shot of the Circ Twins mine, EC0107, or Petsite mine.